Well, like me, you've probably read all the self-help gurus, everything from The Secret to Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, and all the in-betweeners like Wayne Dyer and Tony Robbins and Jack Black. And if you're like me, you probably come to the same conclusion that they pretty much all say the same thing, just in slightly different ways. Everything that can be said has been said, but not all of them have said it yet. The information is uplifting and entertaining, and it makes you feel better about the life you have. And that's what's so frustrating about them. Because when I first started reading them, I didn't want to feel good about the life I had. I wanted a better life. I wanted to get out of my version of quicksand, which for me was poverty, and have a life of adventure and then financial independence. But I couldn't find any tools or techniques that were practical enough for me to implement right there, right then. And so I ditched self-help. Best thing I ever did. And instead I started reading biographies. I've read hundreds now in my life. And these are biographies of adventurers and pioneers and artists and business leaders and politicians. And I was hoping to find some magic things that I could introduce into my own life. But what I found was not magic things, but a magic formula, because it didn't matter what time period I was reading about. It didn't matter what gender the person was. It didn't matter what life they were living, whether they were industrialist or whether they were artist. I found that they all exhibited the same few patterns of behavior and thinking. They gave them different terms, different names depending on the time that they were living in, but it was ultimately all the same thing, and they were practical tools that I could implement immediately and have an effect in my life. And that's all I did. I adopted their ideas, brought them into my own life, and I got out of quicksand very quickly. I lived a life of adventure and travel at a luxury level, and then when I turned 40 I started my first company and achieved financial independence in just a couple of years. My name is Trevor Blake. I'm not a self-help guru. I am a practical, pragmatic, serial entrepreneur. I'm currently running my fourth and fifth company. My previous three I sold for $300 million. Doesn't make me Jeff Bezos or Richard Branson, I know that, but I don't want their lifestyle. I have founded, managed and sold all those companies from an office just like this one in my home. I've never had another employee, and I restrict my working day to 5 hours a day, 5 days a week, no more. I believe that success and balance go together. And so I'm not like most entrepreneurs you see out there who are working 14-hour days, really stressed and on their second or third marriage. I've been married 38 years. I don't think you'll find any of those self-help gurus also tell you that these things are possible, but not just that, but this is the best time to reinvent yourself and start your own thing. We're currently 2020, we're sliding into a recession that will probably go very long and very deep, and that's okay, it's just the energy of life. But recessions are by far the best times to start your own venture. I can show you why, and I can show you how to do it. Half the companies that make up the Dow 500 today were started in a recession. My first company was started in the credit crunch 2002, my second company in the banking crisis 2008. They are the best times. I think history will look back on this time and show you that there's never been a better opportunity, not just to start your own venture, but to grow really fast and to achieve financial independence in a matter of years or months even. There's never been a time like this where you can click your mouse a couple of times and engage the whole world. I want you to have the same experience that I've had, and I want you to, if you've started your company, think about restructuring it in a way that primes you for this opportunity that's coming. If you haven't started an adventure, then this is the time to do it. To build our connection, let me tell you that obviously I have books and courses. Obviously that's why I'm doing this video, because I want you to pick up that information and completely change your life around. But it's not, there's nothing in it for me other than the pleasure of doing this and the feeling that this is the right time and the right place to do it. All of my proceeds, 100%, from any activity, goes to cancer research and development. That I think adds a level of authenticity that's really important to my messages. So all you have to do is click the download button, and there's a freebie for you. There's no strings attached, and you can download a short course that I call The Practical Magic of the 5-Hour Workday, and it will completely change the way you think about structuring how you work and how you manage the life balance with that. And if we have no further connection, I'm happy with that, because it means that we've connected and I've made an impact in your life. Thank you for listening.